Morning all. Just thought I'd clear up something on RSI. Just put out a few posts about sort of buying things on RSI. If we go to Bitcoin, it's a really good example. So this is on a 1 minute chart at the moment. So if I was scalping, it'd probably a 3 to 5 minute chart. So we'll go to 5 minute. So this is if I wanted to buy short now. Sorry, long or short now. I'm looking at this line here is called the relative strength index of the purchasing power, and you can see when that's up that peak there. Usually this is up the peak there. Now these two lines are usually a little bit of a guide. When they get above that, usually means a coin is oversold, and when they get below it, means it's undersold. So you can see at the moment it's heading down at the moment there. So we really want to be buying in that over 50 range if we're going to be doing it. So, and we're looking at if we're looking at a moving average here of that's 50 periods. So it's 50 by 5 minutes. If you want to shorten that down to go 1 minute periods, get to see an idea of what it's happening at the moment. So you can see there actually is a turn to the rise, even though we're going down there. So and you can see it's quite down the bottom. So this is not far away from where you'd think that this will start to turn back up again. We'll see as we're talking anyway. And then the green one is the 100 period, and that's the 200 period. So it's 200 minutes, 100 minutes, and 50 minutes. If we drag that out to a day, so if you're going a little more long-term trading, you can see what's happening there. So over the last, these are the day periods, you can see, we've been scooting down. So if you had actually took a position up here and say sold short, which means we're banking on something going down, and you would have taken it all the way down to there, you would have made huge money doing that. But now we look at it's really, really undersold at the moment. We've seen a slight recovery here over the last 3 days, 3 greens in a row, which is a bullish sign, which is great. Obviously, we want to see we've got a little bit of a red one yesterday, tiny green one at the moment, but the day is only young. So we want to see this start to come round. So we can actually add another moving average in there if we want, and go a shorter period. So if we take that moving average and we'll take that over, we've got 9 periods there. So that's the purple line. It's still heading down there. So that'll actually start to correct before anything. So even if we took that down to say 5 days, you would see that actual chart there. If we zoom in a bit, I'll actually adjust that a little bit just to give it a bit of a thicker line, a bit more strength so it's easier to see. All right, so you can see there, so you can see that's starting to turn around over the last 5 days. So these are the sort of things we're looking at, and you see the RSI there as well, right down the bottom there. So that means the coin's essentially undersold. So we should see when it gets to those periods, it go down. If we go back over these periods, we've got the highs here. This is in a 1 day period, don't forget. So it's hit. So we could honestly say that it was really oversold here. We should have seen this coming, and that's why all the analysts were saying, look, this is going to go down, which it did. And you can see a few little times here where it's got to peaks here and dropped down. Again, same here back into April early on this year when we had a last peak. Not quite as oversold here, but still fairly high. But certainly here peaking out. And usually you tend to see it comes a little bit before what happens there. So again, moving to the sort of 1 minute period, which is here. So this one here doesn't really mean much because it's only over 5 minutes. The red one here is what we're probably looking for, or we go for something more like maybe probably a 15 period or something like that to give us an idea of which way it's going to go. So I hope this is sort of making sense to you. So we're going to adjust this one here to 15 periods. So that's over a 15-minute period. Okay, so you can see it's still heading down at the moment. So we're looking for that to bend around and come back into line. So and it's getting very close to where you'll see this start to turn. And if you've got this on your computer, you can actually go to TradingView. It's probably the best one to go to. And I'll take you there so we can. So you can have, oops, sorry. any minute now. All right, so if we're going to go to charts, so anyone can use this. You don't have, I've got a paid subscription to it because it gives me more things that I can use of. But if we go to BTC here, you see I've been playing around with stuff here. But if we add in, go to indicators, we can add in the RSI. There's a few different ones. RSI strategy. We'll just put in that one, the relative strength index there. So again, that gives us here, we see that it's so this is over a day period. We're going to drop this down to 5 minutes is what I like to use for if I'm going to be buying stock. We'll just get that a bit better than what it is. So we can see a bit more. All right, so you'll see over the 5 minute period, it's heading down still. So that's still probably got a way to go on a 5 minute period. So we'll keep an eye on that. So if we look at what we've got to set our crosses at 9 and 21. So that's with the green line and the orange line there. So if you can see where the orange line crosses the green, where it starts to go up, and we'll see this obviously is coming down as well now. So well, what we want to do is see that orange line start to come back up and following with the RSI. And we can see that in previous examples here. Let's see if we can get a bit better example where we've got the orange line crossing. Here it goes up. When it comes back down there, crosses here, it's going back down again. So it's a really good way of doing it. And again, you can see using your RSIs. We got up to 38, nearly 39 yesterday. And you can see it right on the tip there. That's probably a good sign to say, hey, it's probably going to go down, which it did. And it does that all the time when it hits those periods. Depending on how far it goes down is how it recovers again. So as you can see, well, started a recovery again up to 37, starting to slip down to 36s and still going down fairly quickly at the moment. So, but you would see this probably hit down to here again, which might bring it down to around the 36.2 around there, and that'll start to come around. So I hope that gives you a bit of an idea about RSIs, and you can see this is over the 1 minute period. It's right down the bottom. Obviously, this will change depending on the period that you're doing. So, so while I'm here, I'll just show you quickly a few things. This is what's called the market trades. These are the trades that are happening at the moment. You can see a lot of red coming up at the moment, and a fair bit of green there now. And these are actual buy and sell. And you see the red's fairly strong at the moment. When that starts to fill out, that's when you'll start to see a turnaround a little bit. So, and you can just see there's a bit of a fight going on at the moment there between the green and the red, the bulls and the bears, and you can just start to see that starting to bend around at the moment. So we'd anticipate the next hour or so that will start to come back up again. So hope that gives you an idea of what we're doing there. So if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to drop me a message. All right, take care, trade safe, and look after each other.